Hey there, guys. Welcome back to the Crust. I do hope you're having a wonderful day today. Now that we are set up and, you know, like we're set up for scaling, okay? It was a very expensive cost, but now that we can scale, it means that we can make a lot more money. I would hope anyway over time. We now have a components factory that is going to be regularly receiving titanium because we, you know, connected that belt. And we're currently making a lot of components. So we're up to 7 now. There's a contract in here for Malachite again, man. They just have good contracts that is going to allow us to do this air filter thing. Environmental activists pushed the government to intervene in air quality control, which led to the mandatory implementation of air pollution filtering systems in all factories. To meet the new requirements, manufacturers have placed an order for high-tech parts for these systems. I have 3 days to accept this, but it's 158,000 credits, which is nice. And you can see we have almost enough components for this. We get a pretty decent bonus, but we have to do this in 5 days. So that's 5 days from the time I hit this button. So I have 3 days to accept it, 5 days to fulfill it. And so what I'm planning on doing, because there's a lot of aluminum to deliver here too, I basically want my drones doing only this contract as soon as it lands to ensure that I can do it. But we have 12 components, and we should be able to make quite a bit more, I would think, here, because this is full. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and accept this now so we can get running that. And again, we should be able to handle this. So I'm going to go to air filter right here. Yep. 158,000 for the bonus. We'll go ahead and accept, and then we'll immediately tell it to go and send these resources out. And by the time they get down here and by the time everything gets filled, look at them all just race. Boom. By the time, you know, they've filled what's necessary for aluminum and stuff, we should have enough components to fill that as well. So we're going to do that contract. That's going to get us another 150, which is going to boost us up to 300,000 credits. I think at that point, we're kind of ready. I need to make sure that we're still doing well here. But I think at that point, we are kind of ready to begin thinking about this laser, right? If you didn't see the last video, well, you missed a really good one. You might be thinking, wow, everything looks different now. Yeah, so the laser gun is the main quest, okay? We've got 1,470 more days to complete the laser gun, and there are apparently 7 stages to this, the first of which is laying the foundation for this. The foundation is very concrete heavy, and my production scaling doesn't really account for a lot of concrete. So I would like to get smart concrete factory. I would like to get this stuff running a lot faster. I also think it's probably worth it for this regular regolith that's just like scattered all over here to probably have pressing modules to handle that too. And so I am going to get a pressing module put in here. It should be right here. At least one pressing module should be implemented here, I think, in order to make this happen. And I kind of want this to be not in the way of things I'm doing in the future. Man, you know, that's a tough ask. I guess we'll place it. If I switch it over, there we go. That's better. I want to place it right here. So if I place this right here and just slam it right up against the storage, basically, we should now then be able to come out like this to send it up top. And maybe, just because I should probably be thinking about the future. I don't think I'll ever need more than one of these, though. But just in case, it's better to just leave that one little bit, 2 little bits here. Wrong direction. Yeah. Just so that we can, you know, slap a belt in there and scale this up if we need to. So let's leave a little bit of space there. And then we pop that in there. All right, so, and then we need to hook this up to power, which can go probably not there. Yep, it's going to have to be a little bit more. So right here in the center, I suppose, is probably where this should go. Yeah. We'll do that, and then you go like that. Okay? So now the pressing module, they can go in and bring stuff there, and then that will get sorted here. So all this regolith that's just sitting all over the place, that stuff can be brought into this machine now. Okay, and they can bring it directly here. I don't need them to bring it to a specific storage or anything. I shouldn't need a regolith storage for this. The next material that we're not actually processing right now is rare earth metal materials. And that's really because there's just not a lot I can do with it yet. So I'm okay with it just laying on the ground. I wanted to prioritize my investment into things I can use right now. But now that we're kind of... This song, man. What is this? Let's get... I'm getting speech blocked by the lyrics. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so silicon's supposed to be over here. Aluminum is kind of going to be over here. Whatever we're going to be doing with that will be over on this side. The rare earth stuff, I'm not sure what else we really need to do with it. Other than just process it. I'm sure there's production in the future for this, right? But like here, right? It just uses the assembler, right? It'll just use this. And it uses a lot of different materials to create different things. So silicon will need to be used with carbon, the carbon fibers, to create nanotubes and stuff, right? So it looks to me, based on this, that the rare earth stuff, as it cycles through, it looks like the rare earth stuff is used with aluminum, unless I'm misreading that. So real quick, titanium is the lighter color one, which is the opposite of its ore. You notice that? So like on the icons, the lightest colored one, the brighter one is aluminum. Titanium is sort of like a more dull one. It's not quite as bright, but when you're looking at the finalized product, it's a little bit different on that. So this is that one. It's a little lighter, and then the aluminum is the darker one. I just thought that was interesting. So anyway, aluminum is what's used for this. So I'm thinking of placing my rare earth stuff over here, because I could then process it over here and then be prepared for the assembler to create the things I need. So I think we'll do that next, just so I have a place to process it. So we'll go over to the rare... Where'd it go? I thought I had this. Do I not have that? Mining? No. Rare earth. Here it is. Rare minerals refinery. That's what it is. Not rare earth. It does say rare earth minerals. Yeah. So we're going to do this. And of course, this will have regolith that comes out too. And we want that regolith to go this way for more concrete, right? Because that's what the bottleneck is on the smart concrete right now. The bottleneck is the slag, right? We actually have plenty of silicon waiting for this. So the slag is the bottleneck. We need more slag. So that's what we're going to do with this. So assuming we are going to do all of this over here later, and we also want to leave enough room for 2 more of these machines potentially being right here. So assuming that's the case, my rare earth stuff should probably be something like right here. I think is a probably decent spot to put it. So let's do that. We're going to go rare minerals refinery, and we're going to place it. Let's put it like right. Should I face it this way? Probably should face it this way. The slag also comes out that way, so that makes sense. And the slag I would want to put into there. So maybe we would put this like right here. Could be okay. Yeah, right like this. Let's put it here. I think that's an okay spot for it. And then for storages, we can just... I don't think it's really super necessary to do it this way, but I'm going to slap this right on top of it. And then that way this goes in like that. And we will have rare earth elements there. And then all of this slag comes out, right? And it's going to end up... Again, this is all going to get moved later, which is the problem, because I don't have really a smart way of doing this just yet. So I guess in the meantime, I guess for the time being, what I could do maybe is just have just make a temporary belt. Is it cheap enough to matter? If I do this, it's 3,600 for the temporary belt. I get half of this back later, and then I can also go the under like this. So it's another 28. So I am spending quite a bit here. I get half of it back. So for this process right now, as a temporary fitting, would cost me a bit. I have the money to redo silicon though. Maybe I just do it now instead of spending on temporary, right? Just set it up right over here is where I want it. You know, I think that's what we're going to do. I need to make absolutely sure I'm not going to cover anything up over there. So I'm going to start out this process right now, actually, by putting in another ore detector right here. We broke down the other one, right? Because it was in the way. We're going to put another one right here. It's always a temporary thing, right? The only thing I'm paying for at this point is just this little electrical line to connect it. And then what we can do with this... Well, do I only have one microchip? Ooh. No, I have 27 microchips. Never mind. I need them to build this. So I'm gonna check and make sure I'm not gonna cover anything up in here because I don't think I've really checked this area very thoroughly. There's not a whole lot detected here, and I feel like, well, I feel like there should be things detected here. So we're gonna go with that. Real quick here though, also this needs to be connected to that. There we go. And we should now see all the rare earth stuff. There we go. So it's at least being processed, and we'll have the slag just in here for a little bit. That's fine. And the rare earth stuff here will eventually get taken out of the machine and placed in storage here until this is full. So we'll at least have that going for us for a little while anyway. But with this now connected, I'm going to go ahead and scan since I have the power to do so. There's iron right here. I don't remember if I knew that or not. I know that's a weird way to word that sentence, but it's one of those things where it's like, I said this before. If I knew, I said it before, and I probably forgot. Let's go this way really quick. Yeah, I still don't see any real resources here, so I think we're good to set this up in this area. Real quick check on this. See if anything's there. Okay, there's a little more iron on that side. And then, is there anything over here? Just so I know. Nothing. Okay, so we can set up we're good to set that up over here then. I'll just go ahead and close that right there for now. We're good to set up the silicon here. So I'm going to keep this running so we can keep collecting it. But we'll set up the machines in a line right there, and then we can tear these down and those resources would then just immediately go over here. Okay, so what we want, there's a couple of things to consider here. Obviously, we've got this, but I think the rare earth stuff is pretty much just regolith. So it gets brought here by drones anyway. There's not really like any way to extract it. So I think this setup to do that is fine. We may want to scale this a little bit, which is why I'd probably take that and just put it over into another machine if we do that. And then the slag would all go in this direction. It would all just kind of flow through here. So we would want to set that up in a line, right? And it would all flow in a straight line underneath this belt, maybe, because the silicon will go this way, and then boom. Okay, so if the silicon is going to come out this way probably, and then I would say up, or maybe it goes out and around this storage and then up, we could always just go underneath it. So we could go like this and then underneath this to here and then around. So it ends up being over here somewhere. So let's work backwards on this. For what we really need, it's the smelting furnaces creating it, right? And then that's going to send it this way. So the smelting furnaces are where we're going to go first here. And smelting furnaces, I think we could face them this direction since it's all going that way. It just means that the ore, the oxide, has to come around a little further, which is not necessarily a great thing. We could also face it this direction, which I guess is the best of both worlds in that it comes from the correct direction and then it leaves out the correct direction too. So let's do it this way. We'll put this, where we want this to be, to scale it, right? We want to make sure we have a big line of it here. So I'm thinking probably we'd start at maybe about this high. It goes this way. So I guess we would want it to be about here. Yeah. So let's say we go around, I don't really think it needs to be very specific. We'll go here. Okay. So we have this here. That seems pretty good. Obviously we're going to want, whoops, wrong button, right here. We're going to want 2 of these things. So smelting furnace goes, we could place it right here. Okay, 2 of these things. And then the belts come out this side and get slapped in right there. Okay. What we also could do with this, because you see we're storing it here too, right? And so I think probably what we would want is storage right here. Is probably the best spot for the storage to be. So we would go and move that storage that we have over to here. Yes. And then the belt would go into here and then out this way. That way it comes from the storage and goes this way. And if it ever gets backed up like this, then we just store it. But we're also going to send it again to the surface as well. So it also goes out to the surface, and then we can, with the storage, we can manage which way it goes because every storage kind of serves as a splitter in a way, a controllable splitter in that, right? So we have this here too. We can also do manual control on this. I'm not sure what that does because it doesn't do anything when I click it. I thought that would give me the ability to prioritize. Priority output will always take the resource first if possible. Yeah, I don't know how that works, I guess. Okay, but this I do know how it works because we can actually choose which direction this goes. So we have the conveyor settings and we can lock or unlock, you know, various different directions. So if, you know, for whatever reason it's like we need a lot of silicon now, we can push it that way, right? Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm completely wrong on this because this is the finished product coming out of the smelters. Ah. Yeah. No. I'm wrong on this one. So, what we'd want here, I guess. Okay. My brain was messing up, but I fixed it. I figured it out before we built it. All right. What we'll do. This comes out this way. It comes around. Would have a bulk storage of some kind right here. Probably want the large one at some point, but gonna be the small one for now. It comes around and it'll end up being, let's say the small one is going to be right here. That's probably pretty good. Well, we'll put it right there. Okay. And so we do that. Then this belt goes up into it, and then this one can go over. Right. Same thing as we do with the other side. Goes that way. So what we would want here, I think, is something like this. Let's do it here instead. That way, we can say this belt goes up, and then we split this to get another one here. This belt goes over, and we can split this to have another one here. And then this way goes straight over and meets up with this system to provide for concrete. Okay, that's the oxide is what we need to do. We need the oxide to go this way. We do not require this. That is not supposed to be there. Oh, you just can't be canceled then. If you ever make a junction, you just simply can't cancel it. If I build all right now, it's going to do it. Yep, it is. Okay, well, whatever. It's fine. Okay, so that'll be the case there. And then all of this gets torn out. So we basically don't need this to meet up with this belt. This becomes the belt that pushes this way. And that's okay because this arrangement most likely gets copied right here. And then, so this belt would end up going around all of that anyway to go this way. I think that's fine. We are processing here, I hope. Well, I said they can print it in there, so it's fine. Okay, so from this, we want to, I guess we'll just go ahead and do it. We want this belt to go away from here. So we go out like that. Yep. And then this all gets torn out. It's all on the ground now. It's fine. We'll just tear all this out all the way around to at least there. And then why don't we just get our refunds for this stuff? Yep. And then we tear these machines out too. That's why we didn't upgrade them, because we're going to remove them anyway. Okay. So let's get those things torn out. And we can also, I guess, pop the storage there. So for storage on this, and we want to use this silicon for other things. We're going to want to expand on this and have assemblers and stuff that are going to use this later. So we'll just have a storage that's kind of in front of this whole thing. We can maybe put it like this. And this is just going to let us have storage, right? That we put the silicon in over here. And then that will, where is it? Right here. We're going to bring this over like that. And then this is in line with that. So if we do end up changing this out or something with this, then we can just hook that up in a straight line. But otherwise, this supply from here ends up going to the surface. And to see where that's going to pop out, we would go with logistics like this. So it's out in the open, but we can build there. That's the important thing. You can build in this spot. Yep. And actually, it doesn't let me build there because of this. But yeah, this is all buildable spots right here. And all of this is where all of our stuff goes to the surface to be used on the surface. All right, cool. All right, so that's our storage for silicon. All right, and then this is going to be silicon, and this is going to be silicon. And we can go ahead and let the drones do what drones do. at this point. We now need the belt, and I think for this belt we want it to go a straight line, so it's kind of in line with all these other, you know, things that we're working with here. We can either go around this, which is probably what I should do because it's cheaper. Yeah, I probably should do that because it's cheaper. So we'll go this way with it, and then from here, yep, from there we then go up into that. It would have looked a lot better had I pushed this forward, right? Right, just a little bit more forward would have done it. But I don't care. Nah, I don't care. It's fine. We'll go like this and build. Okay, so now all that silicon gets to go that way, and then finally this goes out like so. So all that silicon goes that way. Now, another thing we could have done, I suppose, instead of having the split be here and pushed out this way to concrete, is we could have just went up this way. But that means this area won't be open anymore. And you might notice that I'm leaving like huge spots of land open in this factory. And it's because we're going to have other production chains. And those other production chains needs room. And also, you know, when I'm going to scale this, I may need to, you know, bring the belts up there too. But my thing is, I think there's going to be like assemblers and stuff. Because I can see that right over here. Modular terminals factory needs components and microchips. I'm not making microchips. I can make microcircuits, sorry, from the silicon and also the rare earth. That's all over here, right? So we get the silicon and we make our own microcircuits. So now I have room for microcircuits to be made. And I just flip this over, and now look, the silicon comes out this side, and so does the rare earth stuff. And now we make microcircuits in this big area, right? So that kind of stuff is why I'm leaving room here. And I may actually need to look at this. I may not have left enough room here, but if we expand smart concrete, maybe we'll expand it this way. We could also move this power pole. I mean, I don't think I need to even move it, but I could also expand smart concrete to be here. And then I could just have this split here, then go under, come out the other side, keep going, go under, etc. Could do that too, but in essence, I'm leaving room because there's other processing to do. And microcircuits are one of those things that I need to do. Okay, cool. Hopefully it makes sense. Let's take this and go out this way. I'm going to stay on this side of the belt so we're not in the way of any of that other stuff that we're going to do later. Here we go. And then you are going to go there and there. Okay, cool. So as soon as that's ready to rock, we'll have silicon oxide going in there. There we go. Perfect. And so now the silicon oxide, I think I want to just get that going so we continue with concrete. So what I might do, it needs to go out this far, doesn't it? Let's plan on one expansion on this. We'll plan on, let's say, smelting furnace being here. Okay, one there and one there kind of thing, right? We'll plan on that. So if that's the plan, then you need to go out around, let's say here. And I'm kind of getting into my potential area that I need here, but this is silicon oxide. And then we bring it out from here, and we go like that. And we connect it to this belt right like that. Okay? I think so. And now this gives me all this room to work with the processors. So I like this. All right, let's go and salvage that and that. We did the thing we needed to do. Contract is complete. I got 158K for that. And my multi-regolith refinery upgrade 2 is also now done. Smart concrete upgrade nearly completed, but I need to get more slag. Now, let's talk about that slag. Slag is still coming up from this, but we need to have more, right? We talked about that. We need to have more. Now that we've got that out of the way, I can get this slag to go right up into there. So that's what we're going to do with that. Now, this process brings the slag across into here, adds additional slag to this setup. We're going to bring even more slag to this setup. As soon as I can get them to do this, let's get the drillers to really get this done. And I probably don't have any drillers. So let's get a couple of drillers to come over and break this down, because our water setup also generates slag. So we need that to happen too. So we're going to invest in the conveyors. The slag is going out that direction away from the base. And we will just have this basically go right up straight through here. Cut underneath all of this. Oh, that power pole's in the way. Aw. I could go out one more. I could do that. Yeah, we could just do that. We could go out this far instead. Now it goes right next to that pole. That's fine. And then it meets up there to put the slag there, right? So now that is also kind of potentially getting in the way of this. I really would like to really get really close to that. So maybe instead, this could be interesting, actually. Hold on. This could be an interesting way of doing it. Can I have one tile, please? Yes. Can I have you cut this? Is that in line? I actually don't know. Let's test this. Is that lined up from here? Nope. I need to go one more tile over. So it's just to here. Okay, so this whole thing needs to be... well, it's not as clever as I thought it would be then. But it's fine. We're going to say it goes straight through here, okay? So let's get the drones to prioritize that, okay? Driller's going to let that go. And then we're going to have this belt. It's going to go straight from here up to here, okay? It's going to go under from the spot here. Like that. It goes all the way this direction. It does not quite pop out this side. That's a drag. Well, we'll do this then. It's going to have to be the way it is. For me. Yep, that's fine. It pops out right. Let's have it pop out here. That way we can still use this if we need to. So we'll have it pop out there. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We'll do that. So that does that. And then the belt needs to connect here now. There we go. And then this will connect to there. Okay. So now as they drilled this out, they'll cut me a hole that I can send this through. There we go. And then boom. Just like that, the slag starts popping out of our water setup. So now we have even more slag getting over here to be processed into concrete on this side. And hopefully we start seeing the supply build up here. And if that's the case, I can then hit this button and we can expand on smart concrete even more. Beautiful. Smart concrete is done. Our ability to upgrade it at least is done. Let's do the CPU data center. It's still not done. And then let's do our extended tender license. And what are we waiting for here? Components factory upgrades, probably not necessary yet. Modular terminal factory is probably next. I like that idea for next. Yeah. Sure. Oh, it's already on the oh, I'm already doing that. Okay. That's why it's got a 1 next to it. Fundamental. Let's take a look at projectors, machinery. Let's go down fuel generator just to do it. Next, we don't really need it, but later on maybe we will, so we should just do it now. And then let's also go, should we expand upon this more? I think so. We can go a little bit further out this way. Let's say we want a straight line regolith, right? Straight line cut right through here, about this far out. And maybe even further here, because we might use that silicon for the processing for those microcircuits. So maybe we go out a little further here. Yeah, let's try that. Like that. Just make it a nice straight wall for now. That's fine. We'll even do this because I'm going to be real particular with it there. Nice straight wall to cut us up right here. We can just take that little bit off the top here too. Off the front. There. Now it'll be a nice straight little thing right there. And our little driller bots will take care of that for me too. Okay, cool. How's science actually working? Like, do we have we have limitations on this? So 18 days we lose City of the Future. 23 days we lose Morning Dawn. We're gonna lose. You still got 109 days on the CRUST research thing there. 18 days. So you see the timers on this. We're gonna start losing green science. In 28 days, we won't generate any green science. Right? So now, thankfully, organic growth is done in 17 days. So we will have some research pushing in here for that, but we're going to lose that in 17 days. So why don't we also take a look, now that we're expanded, now that we have production, right? And we have a little bit of cash still, why don't we take a look at expanding our base and making a proper place for these guys to work? So I can bring this out I wanted to go a bigger room than this, but I wanted a room big enough to put all of those. I think we can probably make this work. Maybe we go like this. I think this will be big enough for all of them. Yeah, let's have this be a room. Okay, so it kind of goes back like that, and we'll put a door right in the middle. Yeah, let's put it. I'm gonna put bunk beds here probably. Oh, bunk beds. I think actually the bedrooms will be over on this side, over by this extractor area. So I guess it really doesn't matter, right? We'll put the door there. All right, so now the drones will build us out an expansion room over here. And what I'm planning on doing is moving the fundamental science lab to the corner. I have the other science lab in this corner, the other science lab in this corner, and then whatever else we get will be in this corner. And this is like the workroom. So we end up having growth and food and dining and casual whatever over here, as well as our utilities on this side. No big deal. The workroom will be here, and then the bedrooms and stuff can be over here. Okay, that's where I'm planning on going there. And you can see that we're at least servicing a little bit of titanium. I would love to make more titanium, but that is all about regolith at this point, and I can only find one source of titanium regolith. I only have one. It's as unfortunate as that is, and it's this one, and I've already upgraded it as much as I can. So I need to find another source, and the only way I'm going to find another source is by using this scanner to find the other source. And maybe it's over here. I probably have to move this unit to get closer because it's really far away. I think I will. I'm going to move this to get closer over to that side, see if I can find more titanium over there. We get all the resources back when we break this down, so let's just do that. And of course, we get our refund by that too. So we're going to move that ore scanner, and I'm going to put that over here. This ore detector all the way over on this side. Close it right here for now. Yeah, right there. And then we'll hook that up right here. And then we'll scan on that side and see if we can find more titanium. It would be really convenient to find that titanium on this side, because that way it all gets pushed onto the same belt that sends it over where it needs to be. Or specifically, it can get connected like right here in the middle of these two things. I would love to connect that like right here. I think that'd be really great. But either way, it can still connect on wherever this, like right on the edge here. It'd probably be where it connects. But yeah. All right, so this has power now. So let's go ahead and see if we can't find titanium over here. It's a much wider band to search with now. Okay, more H2O. All right, let's go like this. Come on, give me something. Man, it's so empty. I just need titanium, man. You're so empty. And the thing is, like, I know I'm focusing on this instead of the laser, right? But this is all part of that laser. Because, yeah, like right now, they want... Silicon is... I mean, at least there's something there. Silicon, they want, like, titanium plates right now, right? And, I mean, there's something new there, but it's... I'm using a lot of power. I'm doing this at night for some stupid reason. I shouldn't be doing this at night. Let's wait till the daytime to do the rest of it. Speaking of daytime and stuff, research for bigger batteries? Is it anywhere? I don't see that. It should be in engineering, I thought. Maybe it's I actually don't know where that would be. The solar upgrade was in fundamental. Yeah, right here. And so perhaps after RT, it's probably locked behind RTG. It's usually locked behind something that has to do with that topic. So like a hauler drone. I guess salvaging is somehow related to that. It's probably not. This is just all unrelated stuff, isn't it? The light has nothing to do with this, yeah. But, medium solar panel. Then the utility poles get upgraded. That's utilities. Then RTG, that's a power source, utilities. Maybe bigger batteries will be right here. So if this ever clears, I'll put this here. And then we'll prioritize the RTG research getting its green science now, because we're about to lose green science unless I complete the construction on this, which the drones are bringing all that stuff in there. So that's pretty good. Do we have enough concrete for that? Yeah, plenty of concrete. Yeah, lots of concrete ready to go for that. So that's good. And you're still, well, I need the driller bots to be moving the stuff in here. So there's still plenty of this in here, actually. Yeah, I still have plenty to build. That's nice. It's 15 in there. Is this full? No. Let's see about a contract. I don't know. I have 265,000. I guess the contract's not that important right now. Yeah, not necessarily yet. Expedition Center would be really nice to have, though, so because my drones are kind of doing nothing on the map. I have completely neglected the map. That's my bad. Definitely been completely neglecting this map. Let's go to this distress signal over here to see what that's about. And then I still don't have the Expedition Center, so we can also work on that, too. Once we have the... I think I'll wait till this room is done, and then we'll start building the Expedition Center, and then we can start sending expeditions, which would be it's a big deal. Look at all this aluminum oxide just sitting here. Wow. Can we have that?
Research complete.
And then they should take it off the ground. But it won't really be needed. I didn't put a storage here. I have storages like this on every single one of these resources except this. I think it's because I wasn't sure if this would stay here, and I'm still not sure if it'll stay here. I might move it a little further over, you know? It might make sense to do that. Okay, so with that done, engineering, we now have access to Conveyor Mark III. Not needed yet. What I want is this to see. Let's put this up to spot 2. Organic growth is a pretty good one to have, though. It takes a lot of social. A lot of green science for this one. And I would hate to lose access to this because it's 9 days away. I'd really hate to not have that so close to being done just because of that science disappearing. So I will wait on that. The only way we're going to be able to make up for that is to have my scientists actually working on it in a room of their own, or by doing a contract which involves, them giving me science when I'm done with it, which I can't do malachite. So let's take a look at available contracts. Maybe we can get... I'm pretty sure we can... Yeah, we can already deliver this. We have 26. I'm not sure it's really worth it. But we can at least, make peace with them. We kind of stiffed them earlier, Kind of went against their wishes earlier with the whole environmental thing. We have enough to fulfill this one. 49,000. Maybe. I think there's a better contract for this, though. 37,000. That's a lot of resources for 37,000. There's got to be a better contract. I'm going to look through this a little bit just to see if I can find the one. Like, this is 61K. Oh, they want that's titanium, not aluminum. Yeah, more titanium. Okay, so this one right here is huge. A sporty family. Now, this one right here, they want 1,000. Oh, never mind. I read this wrong. I read this as 274. It's 1,274. Man, it'd be nice, though, to have 100 science a day for 90 days. That would be awesome. That's a lot of science that comes with that, too. But that's what I'm saying. Like, we can find a contract where they pay us science, too. That would be good, because that way, at least we have some income in that. I'd have to buy the modular terminals for this, but maybe that's worth it. I only need 3. And then I can get the science output from this too. I think I'll do this one. I'll just buy the modular terminals. Let's accept this, and we'll send them the resources. We need to buy 3 modular terminals to make that happen, but we get the science for it. So let's go ahead and grab the market. Modular terminals right here. They're 7,000 a piece. We're definitely paying a premium here, aren't we? Wow. Okay, we're just gonna buy those straight up. That's a bitch. That's a lot. There's a lot of money involved in that, what we just did. But at least we have the resources available, and all we need to do...
Detected a faint emergency signal coming from a point not far from us.
Oh. A faint emergency signal coming from a point not far from us. I'm James Sullivan, station employee. 3 of us have food and water. Base 4 and 5 are depressurized. Need repairs, materials. We need help. I repeat, need help. Interference is making it difficult to pinpoint the exact location. According to the signal data, there should be a radar station, number 23, in this area. To find out more details, we need to dispatch search equipment. I have search equipment. It would be the drone, I would assume. And this is the cargo truck. Nope, it's the drone over here. This is where the distress signal is. I should be able to do this. See if I can find it. It looks like it's off this direction. Indeed. So we are going to take a little trip in this direction. And they don't have much battery left, but if we get a little bit closer, we might be able to spot where they are. Here we go. Let's just stop right here, and we will try scanning here. It needs to be just a little bit closer. It's definitely this way, though. So let's do that. And then the battery will die. There we go. We can't move, but we can still scan. Somehow you can't move, but you can scan. So let's try that. Yep, we found it right there. Okay, so we will probably want to send resources to that location, but we do not know what resources to send. But we'll take a look at it. That seems pretty good. I like it. We want to help people who are having problems with surviving. Pretty much that's your problem is surviving. That's a hell of a problem to have, you know? But yeah, that's what we want to work on. So is that sort of whole survival thing. Now I'm not sure this is worth that investment. This whole thing. This was expensive, and this thing, it just doesn't produce like ongoing production. It doesn't produce enough because like really the whole goal of the ice melt is to get water. We don't have enough people to really consume this water, so it's always full, right? Same thing with the oxygen and stuff. It's always pretty much always full. So maybe, you know, as we get more people, it'd be nice. And that's why I kind of want to have like the bed bunks and stuff will be off like this side, kind of hugging this extractor in the future. I'll just mark this. I'm just going to do it. Let's keep that little bit right there. That's fine. Keep that little bit. But otherwise, let's... No, we're keeping this. Sorry, I messed it up. We're keeping that part. I want to do that right there. Yeah. So tear this whole thing out like this, and we can have like our bunks and stuff will be on this side. Right? There's plenty of rare earth elements around here, so... We can keep that running for sure. There's tons of it on the ground already too, so I'm not worried about that part. But yeah, I need to scan more. I have to get more titanium. That is my huge bottleneck right now. The laser, right? If you look at what the laser wants, it wants a ton of concrete, it wants iron, and it wants 240 titanium plates. And that's a lot of steel too. I keep saying iron, but that's a lot of steel too. It's very heavy. The foundation for this is incredibly big, very sturdy and all of it. But the thing is, this is only the first stage. Second stage probably involves different resources. And I bet everything kind of scales up to the point where you have the most advanced resources needing to be sent, right? And so this is just a small part of it. So, you know, sending concrete, sending steel, all that stuff is not really as vital right now as investing in the scaling up of the production so that I can have more and more resources. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. So this is all built up. There's 1k regolith in here, 1k regolith in here. So we are going to invest also in that and that. That'll be great. Now these things can produce a lot faster as the regolith comes right on in. Beautiful. And then maybe, I think having a tier 3 belt here would be awesome. But I don't have the science for that right now. Organic growth is nearly done. Crash site examined. We're going to get a little bit more science for that. There's the air filter science. We get plus 60 at least on this. That's going to help. Let's tear this out and put in this. Ahead of the CPU thing. It really needs to be ahead of the CPU thing because I don't need CPU yet. I'm at 154 out of 202. I have capacity for this yet, so... yeah. And then if I start running out of CPU capacity, what I'll do is I'll just tear down these solar panels and I'll replace them with the medium ones. You know, each one of these is worth more than 2 of these, but it's half the compute power to do that. So yeah. All right. I guess it saves you. Yeah. It goes from being 4 compute units to 3, but it's more than twice the power. So it's still more efficient. I got a charger there. And do I have a charger down here? I think maybe I should put a charger down here. Right? I think a charging station would be a good thing to have back here. Let's put one charging station right here. Connect it to... leave that connection over. We'll do that instead. I know it kind of crosses into the machine here, but I think it's worth it.